Hello, my name is Abby Van Horsten, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. Alright, so to start off, the main idea of the whole book was about the 7 habits, obviously. So those 7 habits are to be proactive, to begin with the end in mind, put first things first, think win-win, and then seek first to understand, then to be understood, and then synergize, and then sharpen the saw. So, my first takeaway was that all of these flow one another. So, from step 1 goes into step 6, like etc. All of them, they're not separate. And you won't be successful without a solid foundation. So, to go back to this picture, I thought this would be most helpful because you need solid roots in order to have a great tree. And I thought that this would just help you put together that if you can't be proactive, begin with the end in mind, and put first things first, then you'll never be able to synergize or sharpen your saw, like any of that, in order to be successful. So I thought that was key. My second takeaway, I would say, is habit number 5, and that's seek first to understand, then to be understood. And so I first took this as that I need to seek first to understand. So I need to understand what I need to do first. And I should also, for another example, I need to understand my people first. And then I will have them understand me. It needs to be that way. Or I need to understand the problem of everything first, and then I can have everyone understand me next. It's not all about me. You need to do it first before others will do it back to you. So you need to also, this also goes along with to diagnose before you prescribe. You need to understand the whole thing before you go next. My third takeaway, we'll look at this picture to help you understand. On the left is the proactive focus, and on the right is the reactive focus. So with habit 1, it's all about being proactive. So that is the better side. So with proactive focus, this is about the positive energy, and it enlarges the influence, like the circle of influence. So as you can see on the left, the circle of influence is large inside of the circle of concern. So that means there's little concern, and that's perfect. There's a lot of influence. You have a lot of people on your side with everything. There's not a lot of concern. But on the right, with reactive focus, if you're just being negative, that energy reduces the circle of influence. So that means there's more concern, and that's not good. You need to be proactive. And I thought that was very unique. And like, if you have a positive in mind with all of this, then you will have more people in your circle. And I thought that was important. What did I think about the book? I wrote and kept a lot of quotes from this book, actually. I found this book very unique, and I really have used this in my life. It's not also just about the 7 habits. A lot of this presentation is about other things. It's a lot broader than that. It gave you tasks to do. It had you write things down. It would ask you what you would do. It would ask you to keep an open mind and focus. Like one time I asked, make sure you have like 2 hours for this section to really open your mind and read this slowly to understand everything. And I thought that was important. And then it really kept you engaged the whole time. What did I find most useful? It was actually very hard for me to choose because this book was very useful. But I just decided to do habit 2 because it flows in with everything else, honestly. And it's begin with the end in mind. Covey says to start with a clear understanding of your destination. And once you start with that, then you know everything else, especially with the other habits. Because if you don't know where you're going, then you're just going to be lost and not successful. And I know a lot of people don't know where they're doing or where they're going, but if you want to be efficient and effective, at least know one thing so you know your proper steps in place to get there. And I thought that was very helpful. How will the book impact your actions moving forward? Well, personally, like a lot of the book was about your personal mission statement. So that included like things about your character, your contribution, like your achievements and like your values. Like it was all of that stuff. And I thought that was very helpful. And this will help you really lead to your effectiveness and like success. With this, it just really had you personalize everything, and you had to write a whole big paragraph of what you needed to focus on, like what you want to be, what you want to do, how you're going to get there, principles that you want to like base it on, everything. And I thought this was very helpful, and I am still carrying it with me. And then how the book connects with my field of study. Well, I chose synergy, which was the sixth step actually. And synergy is basically you're greater than this, greater than the sum of separate parts. So like all of us together are better than alone. Like there's no I in team, the basic stuff. But in business, like you really are one unit, everything. You are better together than alone. And I think that's really like important to like understand and use, because if you don't have everyone, then you're not going to get far. And I thought that was like really important. But you really need trust and cooperation in your whole department, and synergy is one way to really get there. So I thought that was very important. And also, I'm a leadership minor, and I thought that as a leader, you should also follow this step. What you should know. So habit number 7 is the last one, and sharpen the saw. So that means that you need to really understand yourself and keep replenishing it. So like your physical, mental, spiritual, social, emotional, everything. You need to renew those ever so often so you can get better. So to go along with that, that's like nutrition, your meditation, your study habits, your writing, empathy, service, like much more. Like if you keep renewing yourself, then you'll be able to succeed. All right. What others should or should not read, or why others should or should not read this book. If you want to improve yourself, read this book. It's super interactive, and you read his personal stories. It's super helpful. It's an easy read. It's a lot of pages in time, but it's an easy read if you really want to improve yourself. Don't read this if you're not willing to do those things. If you're not willing to read like 300 pages. If you just want the clear-cut answer, just look at the picture, and there you go. Or look up online with little things, but this book will really help you if you really want the help. And then here is my works cited, and it's just the book. And I hope you guys enjoyed this presentation, and sorry for the little text I got, but thank you for listening.